The brutal rape and murder of a young female doctor at Kolkata's R.G. Kar Medical College has sent shockwaves throughout India. I'm here to break down the details of this tragic incident and the nationwide protests that have erupted in its wake. Doctors across the country are on strike, led by the Indian Medical Association, demanding that hospitals be declared safe zones. They're calling for a central law to ensure the safety and security of healthcare professionals. This tragedy has highlighted the vulnerability of medical staff, particularly women, who often work long, grueling hours in understaffed and poorly secured government hospitals. The victim's parents have accused her colleagues of being involved in the crime and have called for a thorough investigation by the Central Bureau of Investigation. The CBI has taken over the case and has already made several arrests related to the vandalism at the hospital following her death. This case has shed light on the issue of violence against healthcare workers, with many doctors sharing their own harrowing experiences of assault and harassment while on duty. The outrage and grief over this case are palpable, with citizens demanding justice for the victim and her family. Reclaim the Night marches organized in several cities reflect the growing anger and frustration over the lack of safety for women in West Bengal. These protests underscore the urgent need for systemic changes to address gender-based violence and the lack of safety in public spaces. The security risks faced by medical professionals in India, particularly in state-run hospitals, are alarming. Overworked doctors often face inadequate facilities and a lack of basic protection. Female doctors, who make up a significant portion of the workforce, are especially vulnerable to harassment and assault. Despite some measures like deploying private security guards, the security arrangements in many government hospitals remain woefully inadequate. This leaves doctors, particularly women, feeling vulnerable and fearful while performing their duties. The lack of safe working conditions not only endangers healthcare workers, but also hinders their ability to provide quality care to patients. This tragic incident has reignited calls for stringent federal laws to protect healthcare workers. Existing state laws have proven ineffective in deterring violence against them. There's a growing consensus that comprehensive measures, including improved infrastructure, increased security personnel, and stricter penalties for crimes against healthcare workers, are urgently needed. The political reactions to this case have been swift and intense. West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee has expressed her condolences to the victim's family and demanded the death penalty for those found guilty. Meanwhile, the opposition has criticized her government for the deteriorating law and order situation in the state. The Calcutta High Court has criticized the state police for their failure to prevent the violence at the hospital and has questioned the security measures in place. The court has urged the government to take concrete steps to ensure the safety and security of all citizens, particularly women. Several political leaders have called for a comprehensive review of the legal framework. They demand stricter laws and faster trials to ensure justice for victims of sexual violence. This incident has once again highlighted the urgent need for a multi-pronged approach involving legal reforms, social awareness campaigns, and enhanced security measures to address violence against women in West Bengal effectively. Stay tuned for more updates on this developing story.